They attacked us. We beat the shit out of them and took their land. What do they want? I mean, does Mexico want California back? And I believe Texas as well?
I think they do, but
that's never happened.
California sold them anyways, and they're giving them back. But
they gave back Southern California at least. Northern California is all about the Asians. So.
But don't you think they should stop building new ones? That's my issue. I understand that Israel took that when they got attacked, and isn't it the 30-day war? They just kicked the shit out of everybody.
30-day war. It was a 6-day war. We kicked the shit out of 3 countries in a matter of 6 days.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Crazy Israelis.
No, but he's right. I forget what the air count was. There was like no Israeli jets lost, and they fucking shot everybody else down. I mean, their air force was superior.
Beat the shit out of their tanks. Those Israelis,
6-day war,
don't you mistake your American Jewish person for an Israeli, because those Israelis are fucking amazing fighters when it comes to defending their homeland.
But, David, don't you think they should stop building new ones, or how do you feel about that?
Personally, I feel they shouldn't, but at the end of the day, we got the land fair and square. We didn't start up with them. They came over to us and started fucking with us, and we got them. I mean, if somebody came into Ant's house with a gun, what should he do? All right, take my shit. You're gonna blow his head off.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, if this shit would happen to America, how long do you think the United States would sit around? If Canada decided one day to stop throwing shit over, how long
Canada. You know what we tell Canada?
Lick my sweaty balls.
Right. Canada.
We'd find a way to apologize and make it our fault for provoking Canada.
You're absolutely
David, we would apologize and give them what they wanted.
Hold on, David.
Hold on.
Don't go anywhere.
I got a Palestinian that is really not happy with David, the judge.
So let's see if we can make our own peace accord right here. This is Mike from California. He's Palestinian. And David in Israel, who, of course, is a Jew.
And this is exactly what Obama's trying to do. So let's see if we have any luck. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, first of all, David should learn his history and shut the fuck up.
Oh.
So basically,
that's a good dialogue.
It's not like somebody walking and gun into Anthony's house and saying, "What are you going to do? I'm going to take over your land." It's like Anthony going over to his neighbor's house, beating the shit out of him, and said, "What are you going to do?" And then when somebody retaliates, you fucking shoot bastard! Hold on. That was a 1948 partition, you bitch. Why aren't you following that 1948 partition? No, you we did. See, even though you're talking about the very first terrorist who blew up all the blew up the British. Remember that? Or do you remember before 1948? Remember that? Well, no, you don't remember that. No, you don't want to remember that. Oh, there was no terrorists before the Palestinians were there. Oh no, there was no Palestinians in the land before we got there. How about that one?
We were there. You were there. In 48, we split it evenly. We were nice. In 67, we were attacked. What should we do? It's not Ant going out. Someone's coming after us. What do you want us to do? Sit there? Okay, take all my shit? No. You attacked me. I beat the shit out of you. I took your land. You want it back? I'll give it to you. But if you're going to go ahead and keep fighting, look at Egypt. We took a big chunk of the Sinai Desert. We were in a fight with them. We were in a war with them, okay? We made a peace deal. We gave all their shit back to them. We gave them back their land. We're living nicely, happily with them. How are we supposed to make peace with people that don't recognize us? We're willing to recognize them, and they just keep blowing up innocent women and children. We only go after people that are coming after us. The only time children...
Let me know when you're done. Let me know when you're done.
Okay, the only time that they've gone in Gaza and gone after people and children have been killed is when they were going after terrorists. On your end, the terrorists hang out in the populated areas where there's a bunch of children so they can be casualties, so they can the whole world. And let me finish.
Jesus Christ. Stick to a point. Stick to a point. You run over 12 points. Stick to a point. Make 1 point. Don't sit there and bring up 15 different points.
Because I'm bringing up all your problems and all the shit you lie about and that you won't talk about and be honest about. Now talk.
Okay. First of all, very, very, very first of all, you guys don't want Arabs in your land. And I can tell you this for personal experience.
That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah, go to talk over me. Go right ahead. I got an important thing.
You're right. Talk. I apologize.
I can tell you what. Because very simply, my father and his father, they were born in Jerusalem. They were born in Jerusalem. My father is 75 years old. Guess what? My father can't live in Palestine or Israel for more than 3 months at a time. You know why? Because they don't allow him there. Well, he was born there. He can't live there. Why can't he go back? Me, I can't go visit. I'll tell you why I can't go visit. Because I'm an Arab. I flew back to go visit my parents. You know what they did? They put me in the next plane and sent me back. You're not allowed in Palestine. Period. You don't want Arabs here, first of all. Second of all, see, you keep talking, bro. You keep talking. Go on. Go ahead. You know, okay, you know what? I'm going to stick to one point. I got that point right there. How come my father, who was born in that country, how come my mother, who was born in that country, can't live in that country? Answer me that question. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I think they should. Okay, fine. Hold on. We'll skip that point. You don't know that point. You're not going to let me respond. You're going to say your shit and not let me respond?
I would say that you can't. Your father can't go there because it's not the same country anymore. Things change.
Isn't it called the right of return? Is that what the problem was? Where they were afraid, the Jews were afraid that they won't be the majority anymore if they allow all the Palestinians to return? No, I'm asking if that's it.
It's more than that. It's more than that. It's more than just the right of return. I'll tell you what the biggest problem is. The biggest problem is that the Jews are not having enough kids in that country. So what happens is that if they give Palestinians any types of rights, within a certain number of years, the Palestinians are going to overrun and have a majority.
Right.
So the way they
like the Puerto Ricans here, right? Mars, where did Mars come?
Basically. So when they
having more kids.
You can't be there. Gaza is separate. You can't have an Israeli passport. Mm-hmm. You can't have an Israeli passport. You're not allowed. So what they do is they bring in Jews from outside, so they can try to keep the population. My parents, my uncles, my brothers, they're born there. They're not allowed in that country. Whether it's a different country or not, they can't live there peacefully. You know, I'll tell you exactly what it's like. I'll give you a perfect example. If you're an Arab and you have an Israeli passport, it's like being black in the 40s and 50s. If you're a Palestinian, it's like being an American Indian. All the stuff that was done to the American Indians was being done to the Palestinians.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is being worse.
Don't worry about the American Indians. Why? Can I go to a Palestinian casino? Hopefully the blackjack dealers treat me better.
You know what? There was a casino in the Arab population, in the Arab side of the Palestine, because the Jews didn't want it.
What do you bet, clits and fucking stonings?
Hold on the phone, David, in Israel. We got Chris in Massachusetts who wants to talk to the Arab.
All right.
All right, go for it. I'm here.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, to that filthy Haji, and nobody fucking wants in their country because you just fucking blow people off for no reason. Why don't you get with your buddies and tell them to cut the shit, and maybe people will start letting you in.
I love the Boston.
Spoken like a true Bostonian.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even fucking know your name.
That's Chris.
I was born in the United States. And my family, my wife is born in the United States, and my kids are born in the United States. We're all Muslim. We have no interest in blowing anybody up. So whoever you're talking about is a minority, not a majority.
All right.
So
let's go back to David.
You go back to wherever you want to fucking come from. You hit town, hillbilly town, and go fuck your sister.
Oh.
So, David, are we going to get along with Mike or what?
I have no problem. Which country is the only country in this area that's a democratic country? The only country that's a free country in the whole area is Israel. We have a big Arab population in this country. We have no problem. The only country that gives social services to people that curse them out every single day is Israel. In America, if a senator got up and cursed out the United States, they would throw him out in a second. You have two Arab parties here in Israel that their whole slogan, everything that they have is demise of the country that they're in. And Israel still lets them stay around. No other country in the world would stand for this shit. If anybody in America got up and said, I don't like Israel, I don't like America, we're a bunch of idiots, they would throw them out in a second. We're the only country that let you guys in. We're the only country where people that don't like us, we give them freedom of speech, we let them do whatever they want, and all we want is more and more and more. We're willing to talk, but there's nobody to talk with.
Whoa, hold on. You're the only country that gives what? You don't give Arabs anything. I'll explain something to you. The Palestinian territories, they don't have control of electricity. There's no Palestinian electric company. There's no Palestinian water company. There's no
Palestinian on us because they came to us for it.
They can't what?
You know, because you guys came to us because you guys can't do shit yourself.
No, absolutely not. This is because Israel doesn't want us there.
Why don't you build it yourself? Why doesn't the Palestinians?
Because it's not allowed. It is restricted. They don't allow you to do this. And Israel doesn't give any Palestinian any aid. No way. Absolutely not.
One second. Let me explain. Sorry, there's two differences. There's the Palestinians, and then there's the Arab Israelis who live in Israel. If you're an Israeli citizen, we're going to take care of you. If you want your own country, why should I take care of you? It's like the Mexicans. Well, actually, it does happen in America, but it's like the Mexicans that want free aid from America. If they're not American citizens, why should they get it? If you want your own country, do your own shit. Support yourselves. If you're an Israeli, even if you're an Arab, it doesn't matter what religion you are, you will get money from the state. If you're a student, you're a Christian, and you're in this country, the state will give you money and they'll help you support yourselves. It doesn't matter who you are. The Arabs in this country get a lot of support. The Israeli Arabs that are here, they get whatever they want. They get all the social programs. If you're not an Israeli, you want to be a Palestinian, you want to be a different country, why should I support you? And yes, this is unheard of. Let me just finish my point and you can talk. Israel collects taxes on behalf of the Palestinians, and we give over the money all the time to them, knowing that that money ends up turning around against us. So whenever any of your products come in, we tax it and we give you the money. Which other country would do anything like that?
Okay, first of all, you're bullshit. And I'll tell you why you're bullshit.
That's not true? Okay, why am I bullshit?
Okay, I'll tell you why it's bullshit. Because when my father goes to visit in Israel, and we got a house there, bro. There is a freeway driving right by our house. And guess what? If you're an Arab, you're not allowed on that freeway. Only Israelis are allowed on that freeway. If you're an Israeli Arab, I'm telling you, it's like being black in the 50s. You have your separate water fountains. You have your separate freeways. You're not allowed on these streets. There are Israeli Arabs who cannot go from one part of the country to the other. Why? Because their last name is Arabic. There's no way you're going to sit there and tell me that an Israeli Arab has the same right as an Israeli Jew. No, whether you're an Arab, whether you're a Christian. Wait. You spoke, right? You spoke.
Go on, dude. Go on.
Hold on. See, what most people don't realize is that there's a lot of Palestinian Christians there who are treated the same exact way. Besides whether you're being Muslim or not, there's a lot of Palestinian Christians who are treated the same exact way.
All right, hold on. Hold on, David from Israel. Everybody wants in. I want to go to TJ, who has lived in the Middle East. And TJ, you're on with Mike, the Palestinian.
Good morning, gentlemen. I was in Bahrain in the Navy for a couple of years, and I tried to get a feel for the land by, when I'm in taxis, I talk to the cab drivers, because they have a pretty good feel of what's going on. So I said to the taxi driver once, I said, what's up, the Palestinians, why don't you invite them into your country, Bahrain? They seem to be having a lot of issues over there in Israel. And the taxi driver essentially said to me, Palestinians, how do I say in your country, America, they're the same as niggers or trailer trash. We don't want them in our country.
Really? Is that because you wonder why the Palestinians aren't given a homeland by, Egypt or any other of the Arab countries around there. Why is it so necessary to have a piece of Israel?
Anthony.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anthony, I'll be 100% honest with you.
Yes.
If Israel took the whole country and said, "Listen, we are going to treat everybody the same," anybody who says no is an idiot. Absolutely is an idiot. They will not. They don't want the Arabs there because of the population. The Jews are not growing fast enough.
Well, is it the population, or is it that there has been a history of violence against the Israelis by Arabs in their own country of Israel?
Well, hold on for a second. There's two separate things there for a second. One, it's the population because, and then I'll give you a perfect example. In California, there's a lot of Hispanics, and Hispanics are in the government. The Hispanics are part of the community. There's a huge effort in that. That same scenario is going to happen in Israel if they gave the Arabs citizenship. I mean,
but let me tell you something. It's not. You're talking about. I don't buy the analogy of anything American put onto Israel and the Palestinian situation because it's a different place. Israel doesn't have the Constitution we have. People don't automatically get the rights that Americans have. I know they do have their own version of a constitution, but it's not the American Constitution. So if they want to discriminate against Palestinians, I believe they are allowed to. And I think they have to do things purely out of self-preservation, because over the years it has been proven that Arab people do not want Israel there, do not want the Jewish people to have a homeland there, and have tried numerous times to wipe them off the face of the earth and that I guess that left a bad taste in their mouth.
They hate each other. It's a really listen to these two guys go at it.
Oh, I know.
There's a special.
I love that, you Jew motherfucker, and okay, sand nigger. That was and that was within the first 5 seconds of the conversation.
That's what Obama's going to hear if he gets a couple of these guys together.